that took place in Parliament yesterday. First, we are sad that Mr. Speaker, with his years of experience in parliamentary politics, will take the path he did yesterday, basically condescending and doing the bidding of the NDC minority. From day one, this parliament has seen one chaos or the other, all as a result of the behavior of the NDC minority and often supported by Mr. Speaker. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker did his worst. But we are not perturbed by all these, because clearly Mr. Speaker wants to be in the good books of his party. He wants to remain Speaker again for a second term. So around this time that there's going to be elections, he wants to be seen as having helped his party to win the elections. He is no more seeing himself as a speaker who is a father of all. And that we find very disappointing and most unfortunate. What is the story? The story is that the NDC, through Mr. Haruna Idrisu, the former minority leader, had indicated that as a result of some few members of parliament filing on different tickets to contest the 2024 elections, he was going to trigger Article 97 of the 1992 Constitution. When I got wind of this, I quickly filed an action at the Supreme Court and followed it up with an injunction application. In good faith, I engaged Mr. Speaker in the presence of the second Deputy Speaker. I brought it to his attention in his office as a majority leader and told him that as a result of all the things that we were hearing in the media from Honorable Haruna Idrisu, I felt it was important that we test the law at the Supreme Court, and I had so done so. In fact, before I left his office, Mr. Haruna Idrisu walked into Mr. Speaker's office with a copy of his motion on notice, which motion was a petition to Mr. Speaker to deal with the issues that had arisen. I took my copy and I drew Mr. Speaker's attention that the bailiffs were going to serve my process on the Legal Directorate of Parliament. The next step was that the Legal Directorate refused to take the process. According to them, Mr. Speaker had directed them not to receive the process from the court. I was concerned. I went again to Mr. Speaker. This time when I went, Mr. Speaker explained to me that indeed it is true and it is not his making. It was an order from the Supreme Court registry. And in fact, the Chief Justice had signed a circular that all processes to Parliament should be served on Monday. I didn't have a problem with that. That, okay, we could then wait and serve the process on Monday. Meanwhile, I had Mr. Speaker's assurance, and emphasis mine, I had Mr. Speaker's assurance that he was not going to do anything to undermine the process in court. Unfortunately, when we entered the chamber on that afternoon, Honorable Kezla Tuforsen, the minority leader, sprang a surprise on us, the majority caucus. Which surprise was to the effect that he was now invoking Mr. Speaker's powers under Order 93 to allow him to make a so-called statement of urgent national importance. We all know that per Order 93(6), there is no way a statement would lead to a ruling. Order 93(6), when a statement is made and comments are made as a result of the statement, and Mr. Speaker even believes that there's a need to take further steps, that statement and all the comments are referred to a committee. So the appropriate thing for Mr. Speaker to have done was to refer all that had been said, the argument from both sides, to a committee to look into the matter. Not for Mr. Speaker to arrogate unto himself the power of interpretation and claim that he's enforcing the Constitution. He was not enforcing the Constitution. So he sprung a surprise on us yesterday by making a declaration that certain seats were vacant. Well, I will not begrudge him because I believe in the fidelity of the law. NPP, we are known for always using the law to achieve results for the good of the country. So we will not go bonkers. We will not go unruly. We will not foment trouble in the house. As our first step, because of the chaos he has created, we have boycotted parliamentary sitting. Second, we are going to vigorously pursue our matter in court. We believe in the court, and we are going to pursue our matter in court until the court determines the matter. If the court makes a determination that indeed, per the provisions of Article 97.3, if a person, upon being elected a member of parliament on a particular ticket and decides to contest future elections under another ticket, that person will lose that seat, so be it, would abide by the rulings of the court. So, we'll stay back and not want to participate in the chaos in the chamber created by Mr. Speaker. Meanwhile, we have become aware that the injunction application has been overtaken by event. We are lawyers. We know what to do. And we'll be fortified by the law to look for another process to ensure that the right things are done. So we'll argue our case in court. Meanwhile, we call upon the good people of Ghana to condemn the conduct of Mr. Speaker and then the NDC minority. And it was very rich. It was very rich to hear Dr. Forson immediately proclaiming to be a majority leader. In fact, Mr. Speaker himself, in spite of doing their bidding, fell short of declaring them to be the majority, in spite of all. And then he still found space to address me as majority leader and still address him as minority leader. But again, they further exposed themselves, because immediately after, their flag bearer was on a campaign platform claiming that God has given them the majority status. Is that how God grants majority status on individuals who are full of mischief, vicious, and evil? What they did was evil. What they did in Parliament yesterday was evil. NDC does not believe in democracy. They believe in chaos. And we are law-abiding citizens. We in the MPP are Democrats. We believe in the rule of law, and that is why we calmly left the chamber for them. And we know that if we make our case well in court, the court will make a determination that would advance the cause of democracy. Again, to our party foot soldiers, our parliamentary candidates, and all party members across the length and breadth of the country, these are useful lessons to learn. I urge on all of you that looking at the chaos in Parliament, we don't want skirt and blouse. We don't want situations where you say that somebody in NDC is your friend. At this moment, they have shown to us that if they get an opportunity again to have numbers in Parliament, there will be chaos. They want to frustrate government business as it is today. We have the judges, the Supreme Court judges who have been vetted and are supposed to be approved to work for the nation. They don't want that to happen. There are businessmen who have invested in our country, because of our 1D1F policy. Their projects have to be approved. The NDC doesn't want that, so they want there to be chaos. The finance minister is supposed to present some papers to Parliament regarding budget before appropriation. This cannot happen. So they don't believe in democracy. They want chaos because they want an opportunity to come back to fest on us their incompetence. We know how they never believed in the free SHS policy. How they never believed in the free SHS policy. How they don't even have a single social intervention program standing in their name. These are the people who want to create chaos and use that as an opportunity to come back to power. I want to tell every single Ghanaian listening to me today that NDC has nothing new. In fact, upon launching their manifesto, it was clear that they had nothing new to offer. They claim a so-called 24-hour economy. But if you even ask them to explain, they get upset and angry. They can't even point to a particular thing they mean by 24-hour economy. I know that MPP hasn't been perfect and MPP cannot be perfect. But I believe in the dreams and the vision of Dr. Bawumia. I believe in the new vision of digitalizing our economy to create opportunity for our Ghanaian youth. On every aspect of the economy, we have done far better than we came to meet it in 2017. I appeal to party members to go all out. Like I said in Takrade, enough of the infighting, enough of the meetings, foot soldiers, police station executives, party chairpersons, parliamentary candidates should go all out to give a resounding victory, overwhelming majority to the MPP to govern peacefully and prove to this. That took place in Parliament yesterday. First, we are sad that Mr. Speaker, with his years of experience